Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on this laser turrets. As you can see, they are surveillance. They are like a surveillance turret. They are looking into the left and to the right of them, and that's the part we are going to work on today. And in the next, we are going to work on if we overlap with this laser beam, they are going to shoot at us. So right, so let's first see how to set up the set up this actor blueprint and how to set up the animation blueprint to support rotating the turret to any direction we need. And then let's move on to how to actually shoot them towards the character, towards the player character in the next episode. Okay, so this is the turret model that I am going to use. You can download it from here for free. Right. Now how do we get started? Okay, let's create a blueprint in the type of actor. Let's call it BP turret. And let's drag and drop this 𝐂𝐚𝐭𝐫𝐨𝐽. Let's call it turret mesh. Right, now let's place this in the world to get an idea about the scale. That's too small. So I guess we have to scale this model up. How large should it be? Maybe like 4 times of the original size. Right, this size should be enough. Let me place it on the ground to get a sense of the scale. Right, this is how it looks now. Okay. Now we need first, before implementing shooting and other stuff, shooting, getting hit, muzzle flashes, those things, we need to first create an animation blueprint to control the rotation of this turret. So we should be able to rotate this around in this axis and also in this axis. So those are the rotation axis I'm going to use. So right click, let's create an animation blueprint. Right, I named it BPA turret. So let's go to the animation graph. Let's have mesh space ref pose. We don't really need an animation here. And now here we can add transform modify bone nodes. Like this. Right, now we need to control yaw and pitch. Those are the things we need to control. So here, as the first board I want to control. Let me copy this one. Let's select this one, laser gun tower 001. Translation, ignore rotation. Let's say replace existing. Born to modify laser gun tower 001. And if I promote this to a variable, oh wait, here we only need to, let's call this look at rotation. How is the bone space? This is yo. Let's see what happens if I change this value. Alright, that's the axis we need to change here. Okay, so let's get this look at rotation and split. Here also split. Connect yo to yo. Right, now if I change this Z, you can see this is rotating. If I make it 180, it looks this way. If I make it 90, it looks this way. Minus 90 this way. Great. So we need another one of these transform modify bone node. Here I need to control this one, this pitch value. Circle 002 node and 2 bone, and here I'll connect pitch. I compile. Now if I change the pitch, you see this one is rotating. Okay, right, and now we need to find a way to determine this look at rotation. So for that, let's say let's set up a blueprint interface for the turret. Maybe let's just use a cast here, because this is BP turret blueprint and only this turret blueprint need to access animation blueprint. So maybe it's okay to use a cast in here. In the begin play, get anim instance, do a casting BPA turret. And promote this to a variable. Let's call it BPA turret. Okay. Wait, what if I do this part in the construction script? What? Get anim instance. We can't use this here. Okay, so we have to keep using it here, initializing the BPA turret here. Okay, this getAnim instance function doesn't work inside the construction blueprint. Right, now in the event take, let's just make this rotate towards the player character just for testing. Get player character, find get actor location, and also get actor location of this character, this actor. Find look at rotation from here to the player character, and let's get the reference to be a turret. Set look at rotation with this one, and then let's see what happens. Did I assign the animation blueprint? Yes. Nothing happens. Why? Something is happening. See, but it's not really working as intended. Right. Let's select both these nodes and rotation space. Let's set to world space. Oh wait, so when I set it to world space, you can see this rotation doesn't affect. So the second one has to be in the bone space, so parent bone space also can work. Yeah, okay, let's forget about the second bone for now, and let's get the your working for now. Right, so let's print the value we get here. Just to get an idea of what kind of a value. Yo is 120. Right, I think it's in the complete opposite. Okay, so here what we have to do is we can add a 180. Right, now yo is working, and pitch also, no, pitch is not working yet. Let me add another instance of this and move it up. Pitch is 9, 10. Okay, I think we need to revert the pitch. Right, so let's multiply pitch by a -1, and plug here. Actually we have a mistake here. We need to use not the actor location, we need to use this exact bone location. So let me copy this when we calculate in the rotation. So get the turret mesh, get socket location, So this is already in world space. We need to use that. Right, now it is working, as you can see here properly. See? Okay. Now let me delete this extra instance. We don't need it anymore. And now the rotation is working. Let me delete this print as well. Right, now this should only happen. Now this is a manually set, so when we set a target, let me promote this to a variable. Let's call it target. If the character has a valid target, we should set the rotation like this. So let's do is valid node. If there is a valid target, the turret should rotate towards the target. Let me collapse this part. Rotate to target, and I'll connect this output here and another output for the invalid node, and I'll name it node target. Right, now when there is no target, what should happen is character should follow some random pattern, like rotate in some set directions, like left to the right or right to the left in a loop. So to do that, let's say, let me add, to define the locations the turret should be looking at. To easily define that, let me add a scene component. Let's call it should be under the main default scene route. Let's call it target 1 and duplicate target 2. 2 targets should be enough if there are no targets. Right, and in here, right, I'll set target 1 and 2 in a location like this. This is target 1, and target 2 I'll set the y to minus, so in the other end. Then I'll add another scene component. Let's call it follow target. Right, so what I'm gonna do is moving this follow target in between these 2 points. So here, if there is no target, get the follow target, get world, get, wait, why can't I type? What's wrong? Let me, oh, is it a bug? I can't click any of these things. Let me restart. Right, it's working again after the restart. So here, get world location, and same as before, we can get the location of the socket as well, this socket, and this is the target. So I'm gonna just follow this target like this if there is no target. Shall we call this no enemy instead of target, and let's call this one enemy target. Okay, otherwise this target and that target is confusing. Then get the turret, set look at rotation. With this rotation, but here I am going to do a F interp, R interp, this one, because as the current one I am going to use the current look at rotation, and as the target I am going to use this one. The reason is I don't need the turret to turn very fast, it should happen slowly. So delta time, I can connect it like this. Interp is speed, let's say 0.1. Let's see how this works. But in order to have a movement, a rotation, we need to change the location of follow target. So to do that, in the begin play, let's add something like this. Let's do something like this. Let me create a custom event, loop targets. So this is what I'm going to do. Get the follow target, move component to the second target. First I'm going to move it to target 1. Get relative location. Over time, let's say 5 seconds, and move. After that I am going to do the same thing. Instead of target 1 I am going to use the target 2, and I'm going to loop this part, or you can just call it loop targets again, and let's call that here. Now you see this is rotating. Okay, now here let me rotate it this way. Right, now it is rotating to the left and to the right. Okay, and if you want to modify the points that this guy is looking at, all you have to do is select the target 1. It is at the moment here. You can move it over there. Select the target 2, it's here. You can move it anywhere you want. So see, Okay, like that. Right, for now let's just add some cube here, like just to show it like a laser beam, and I'll attach it to the, let's call this beam. Later on I'm gonna replace this with the particle beam or something appropriate. This is just for demonstration purposes. Wait, this should be a cube. And we don't need any collisions here at the moment. And let's just assign some red material. Let me quickly create a material. Laser base color, the parameter color, I'm gonna select red. Let's make this translucent so that we can have some transparency. Right, and let's have some emission. Right, so this is our simple laser turret. At the moment it cannot still find the targets and shoot at them, but we will implement that part in the next episode. So now we have the base setup, everything we need in order to implement the turret. And thanks for watching. The project files will be available for the download through Patreon page, link would be in the description below. And if you would like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.